It's time for another Tackle HD fishing report. Today, professional angler and FLW champion Casey Scanlon joins us to give you the latest fishing report from his home lake, Lake of the Ozarks.
Hey, Casey Scanlon here, going to give you a quick fishing report for Lake of the Ozarks. It's late September and the shad are starting to move shallow. Those water temperatures are dipping into the mid 70s and we're getting some cooler nights. So, fall is finally in the air. We've had some really hot weather, the last couple weeks for the fall. And, now it's getting to be some cooler nights and these fish are starting to feel it and they're moving shallow. So boat docks have been a big target for me the last couple weeks. And to fish those boat docks, we're using the Trophy Bass Company Pro Jig. Any kind of green pumpkin, brown type color. The T-Craw trailer, as well as the Speed Bug are really good. They got a lot of action to them. So you can catch those fish, trigger them to bite when it's falling, and also get some action when you're swimming it back to the boat as well. So we got a couple of big tournaments coming to Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. We have the Big Bass Bash, and in order to win that, you're going to need some big fish, and that Trophy Bass Company Pro Jig definitely catches some big ones. Fished the BFL this past weekend, and it accounted for most of my keeper fish, as well as a few nice ones. With the Big Bass Bash coming up, fall time of the year, these fish are doing a lot of different things, and there's going to be a lot of anglers out on the water. So they're going to catch them everywhere from shallow to deep, and the jig is a really good lure to fish both. So the fish are relating to shallow boat docks with brush piles. They're relating to deep docks as well. For brush pile fishing, I really like a big worm. This is a Texas rig worm. This is the Hog Monster from Tackle HD. It's a 12-inch worm. It's going to get you some big bites. Green pumpkin, June bug, two of my favorite colors. Fish that around the brush, both shallow and deep. You're sure to get some big bites. Now that the shad are moving back in the back of these creeks and things like that, you're just going to see some schooling activity. You're going to see these fish chasing some shad on the flats. And to catch those fish, I really like a topwater lure, like a walking bait. That's really good for kind of the open water fishing. If you're going down the bank, I'm going to go for the Tackle HD Worldwide Buzzer. I'm going to put that in my hand and I'm going to cover water. And I'm more or less fishing rocky banks, gravel banks, flats, things like that. But I'm going to throw this more around cover as opposed to the open water with the walking bait. Those are some really good baits to trigger those bites this time of year. So here's a few of the things that the bass are doing. There's a lot of them that are suspending. For those suspended fish, I really like the topwater. The jig, I'll swim that around to catch those. And the minnow fluke from Tackle HD is a really good bait, just weightless around some of those boat docks. Schooling fish, just twitch that thing around on a Hayabusa hook and you're going to catch a lot of fish, and you might even catch a real big one. Boat docks, the jig is a perfect lure to target the boat docks as well as any Texas rig plastic or creature bait like the Tackle HD Brush Buster. A lot of big fish are going to get caught on that. Topwater is really prime time right now, but there's also a lot of fish out deep. And for those deeper fish, you can use a variety of baits. The jig is one of my favorites this time of year. Deep crankbait, finesse worms on a shaky head, various things. And I'm looking at, secondary points, main lake points, places with, dock cover, brush cover, maybe some underwater cables, things like that. Something to hold those fish out on some of those deeper structures. So that's sure to be a player in the Big Bass Bash this weekend. The past couple of years, swim bait has been a real big deal for catching some of those big fish. And, there's certainly going to be some fish caught on those bigger baits. But think big this weekend. Go with some of your bigger baits. Go with baits like a jig or a big Texas rig worm that are known for producing some of those big bites. Swim baits could be a player, just based on the weather conditions that you get. If you get some nasty days or maybe a little bit of wind and some clouds, you can catch them on some of those reaction baits like a swim bait. Topwater's always known for producing big bites. So a lot of things going on at the lake this weekend. And a lot of things going on as far as the fishing goes. These fish are doing a lot of different things, and they can be caught on a variety of different lures. So good luck out there fishing the Big Bass Bash, and hopefully these tips help you catch some big bass at Lake of the Ozarks.
Caught this one on the Trophy Bass Company CS2 spinnerbait.